Hi, my name's Derek, or on most platforms, Sanana. I was assessed with a learning disability, very vague, but one that still technically exists. So for everybody, it's different. A lot of it has stuff to do with how you comprehend things. In my case, I'm more of a visual learner. Like a lot of people, they could read a book and instantly. I would have to go to a separate classroom for something that's a little more easygoing, and the teacher would be able to focus on my needs more directly than having to deal with an entire class. I had to go to different classes for subjects like social studies. I was always treated differently for as long as I can remember. And the only person that actually ever gave me flack about my learning disability in particular was an auntie of mine, and she doesn't believe in that kind of thing. With autism, ADHD, and any sort of disability, if you ran it by my auntie, she would say, that's all in your head. It has nothing to do with what's going on, which is not true. Very much not.
I'm from East Anglia, which is the Middle East on the coastline. I grew up in farm county, basically. It's mostly flat land and tractors. So a lot of my ancestors were farm workers. A lot of the people around me are very traditional based people. It's kind of like very much traditional norms from like what you think of like the older generations. So I had my dad's best friend. I was out in a wheelchair at the time, and their partner, who they've been with for a very long time and known me since I was very little, saw me out there, and they literally stopped in their tracks and their mouth just fell to the floor, almost. Literally like as if they'd seen something from a horror movie.
I know that feeling.
Yeah, it's horrible. It's just like, I'm sorry, but I'm not dead. I'm just in a chair and this is helping. I have had boyfriends leading up to like before my car accident at 18. I have had relationships, boyfriends, friends, and I was bullied in high school because of my fainting, and because I didn't have a diagnosis. Kind of like cattiness and the bit being teased because you can walk, talk, carry yourself like anybody else, but because you can have to spend like most of your life going in and out of doctors, they just basically just shoved it in my face. And because they never saw me faint, or because they never saw me anything other than going to school or from school, they just presumed it was non-existent and it was pretty much for attention. I have, so I started off on Instagram because I couldn't get out of bed or I'd be on the sofa in the dark. I met a lot of my friends on there, and a lot of my friends, for instance, I have a friend called Zoe, who's Zoe Story on Instagram, and they make disabled activism and they talk quite openly about it. And I just basically started using Instagram as like a diary.